One of the biggest advantages of confocal microscopy is the ability to take optical sections and build three-dimensional representations of a specimen, without physically cutting or sectioning it. This gives us a much better understanding of the overall structure of our samples. To create a 3D image, we shift the microscope focus in small steps and capture multiple optical sections. Each section is saved separately. With known X and Y dimensions and the Z step between sections, we can reconstruct the specimen in 3D. In ZEN, select the Z-Stack Acquisition option. Open the Z-Stack tab and configure your settings. The first and last mode lets you set the bottom and top Z coordinates. Use wide bounds to capture the full sample thickness. In Live Scan, focus down to the bottom of the sample and click Set first. Then focus up to the top and click Set last. This defines the depth range for imaging. The Z-step size or interval determines voxel depth. For full resolution, the optimal Z-step is about half the optical slice thickness. ZEN also provides options to set the interval to match pinhole in all channels, or use optimal settings determined by the Nyquist sampling theorem. To collect confocal image slices, click Start Experiment. Optical slices are captured from the first to the last Z coordinate, according to the acquisition settings. Use the Z position slider to review the image slices. Split channels, or check out gallery. You can view slice dimensions by enabling text display in the Gallery tab below. The Ortho tab shows a cross-sectional view of the Z-stack. To view the Z-stack in 3D, click the 3D tab. You can choose from different rendering modes and adjust the viewing angle with your mouse. To capture a snapshot of the 3D rendered image, click Create Image in the bottom toolbar. Histogram shows the brightness distribution of the pixels present from all channels simultaneously. In this histogram, the x-axis represents pixel brightness, and the y-axis represents relative frequency. Profile displays pixel intensity along a user-defined line on the image, enabling quantification of features such as fluorescent signals. Info displays image acquisition settings and details that will be stored as metadata when the image is saved. The tile scan feature automates the acquisition of overlapping image tiles over a wide sample area and combines them into one detailed mosaic image. Perfect for big samples like tissue sections or entire organisms. Select Tile Scan in the Experiment Manager. Open the Tile Scan tab under Multidimensional Acquisition. The centered grid option sets up a tiled image capture that includes the current stage position and the surrounding area, ensuring your point of interest remains at or around the center of the mosaic. The horizontal and vertical selector boxes set the number of images in the tile. The scan area is shown. Setting an overlap between tiled images helps with automatic alignment and stitching. A 10 to 20% overlap is recommended. Select bidirectional to speed up image acquisition. Turn on online stitching to start stitching. The system assigns a threshold value for feature alignment automatically. Start experiment. Once the capture begins, the system will continue acquiring images until all tiles in the grid have been completed. This ensures the entire selected area is covered before stitching the images into a mosaic. When scanning is complete, the stage button marks the central tile. If needed, select a point on the mosaic to position the stage at that spot. If a tile looks larger than expected, check the scan area and set it back to 1. Start a live scan or snap to move the stage and capture an image at the selected area. Change focus position if needed. How do you combine tile scanning and Z-stacking to capture both a wide area and depth? Begin by configuring a Z-stack, specifying the first and last sections. If your sample isn't completely flat and you want to scan a bigger area, set up a Z-stack starting from the center of the current image. Adjust gain settings if needed. Choose the center option in the Z-stack settings window. Click the center button. Make sure the optimal interval option is selected. If you need a different number of slices than the current setting, enter the new value. Configure the tile acquisition settings. Start experiment. The system starts by capturing a Z-stack at the first grid position. Then, the stage moves to the next tile, captures another Z-stack, and continues this process until it reaches the last section of the final tile. You can check the acquisition status in the Experiment Manager. The estimated time for completion is shown in the status bar at the bottom. After acquisition, scroll through the Z positions in the completed tile scan to review the data. Sometimes, you may need to collect confocal image slices at Z intervals that aren't optimal. When voxel dimensions are larger than required for full resolution, it's called undersampling. When they're smaller than necessary, it's called oversampling. Undersampling may be required if your specimen exhibits weak fluorescence, high photolability, or extreme sensitivity to photobleaching, or if it moves slowly, making alignment between the initial and final images challenging. Once the pinhole is optimally adjusted, proceed with a Z-stack acquisition. Set the range. Instead of using the ideal or optimal step size, we pick an interval that's bigger than the thickness of each slice. Undersampling leaves gaps in the data. Because when slices are spaced too far apart, there are empty areas where details might exist but aren't captured. Start experiment. Undersampling helps save time during acquisition because there are fewer slices to capture. However, keep in mind that undersampling reduces information in one or more dimensions, which can compromise data quality. While it may be tempting to undersample to shorten acquisition time, consider this. After investing significant effort in sample preparation, is saving 10 or 15 minutes worth sacrificing critical detail? What happens if you pick an interval that is much smaller than the optimal step size? You'll end up capturing far more images than needed, and the process will take much longer. Oversampling does not provide additional information. It merely amplifies blur and increases the likelihood of photobleaching. When you reconstruct an undersampled Z-stack in 3D, artifacts like moire patterns, staircasing, or aliasing bands become visible, highlighting the drawbacks of undersampling. While the center option is one way to build a mosaic from a tile scan, there are two other effective approaches worth considering. The bounding grid opt-in creates a rectangular tile by marking one position on the tile scan panel, moving the stage to each of the other corner points, and adding each location in turn. The graphic highlights the rectangular area defined by the marked points and the space between them. The tile shows how many images it contains, while you define overlap, scan direction, and online stitching. Start experiment. Save the data as a .czi file by clicking the Save icon. To start a new tile scan, select Remove All in the Tile Scan window. The convex hull option captures the marked area like the bounding grid, but uses the minimum number of tiles. Identify the corners of the irregular shape and add them. Start experiment. Notice how convex hull skips grid corners that don't contain a marked point. So what happens if we don't turn on online stitching? Let's go back to the centered grid for this demo. Set the tile count, choose bidirectional scanning, and turn off online stitching, with overlap still enabled. Choose a point to center the tiled capture around. Start experiment. Modify the display settings to better see dim regions. Observe the regions that remain unstitched. After the tile scan, open the Processing tab and choose Stitch. Use the current tiled image as input. Choose a stitching threshold. Click Apply. A stitched image is created. Here are some tips. If you're doing a Z-stack with a tile scan and the sample isn't flat, skip online stitching and stitch later in the Processing tab. Use the Center option to define the Z-stack. Here's a quick demo of running a Z-stack with a tile scan while online stitching is turned off. Remember, the Z-stack was set using the Center option. Stitch the tiles in the Processing tab. Make sure to ignore Z-shift.